Listen. Yeah. Yes, God. Get that out of there. Oh, wow. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Matty-Rants. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I don't like the angle. I do not like this angle. And you're probably going to be hearing my children running around throwing the cat toys because this is a very early video for me. I normally don't do 1:30-ish this early in the afternoon, but a lot is on my plate right now. You already know I'm trying to raise a little bit of coin solder. Currently, we are literally almost to the goal. I'm at like 25% left of what I'm trying to reach the funds for before Sunday, just to make sure we still got the ball rolling over here. So when I tell you, McQueen, I disagree with you immensely, but that's okay because I'm going to be praising Law down today. I was very happy he was dragging those two twins. They were ticking me off. But I got to tell you, I am excited to talk about Project Runway with you today. I love this brand new season so far. I'm also really happy that these episodes aren't dragging and long-winded, if you will. I am annoyed by two people in particular. They're related. They're very annoying and obnoxious. I'm hoping something happens and something changes a tad bit with those two in particular, because it's giving main character syndrome and it is sort of sucking the energy out the room for me. But I like where this is going. I have some things I'm like, I don't like that they changed this. I don't like that they changed that. But overall, I think the feel of Project Runway coming back with Heidi Klum, with Roach being on the panel, as well as Nina Garcia coming back, I'm really here for it. And it's also some of the old returning judges are also coming back too. Like Zach Posen, not my favorite, but I did like moments with Zach. But the one who I'm really excited to see, I need to see Michael Kors back in that seat again. And I saw that Michael Kors will be there the same day as Law, and I'm kind of hoping that they bump heads a bit, like with differences in opinions about what they like with the looks and what's going on here. So I'm going to be doing a quick recap, believe it or not, this live, of the first two episodes, introducing you to the cast members as well, and just breaking it down just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's just where I was. I'm going to give some feedback too. I don't want to discredit this show and say like, you know, it's horrible. It's really not. There are some changes I thought were wild. Just a couple of things where I'm like, why are we doing that? And okay. And I want them to do something with the camera angles for the runway looks, because when they hit the like end of the stage, they're so far away and they zoom. And I'm like, no. Stop. We need a profile picture. We need the full shot. Just sit there for a second and let us as an audience absorb the look and then let them walk. But they're doing this thing where it's like a quick cut. Like it's like, bam, we hit there, bam, and then they're gone. I'm like, bring them back. So the pictures I did today, I'm going to ask for forgiveness. I'm going to ask for forgiveness because some of the shots, not everyone's going to be equal, unfortunately, because there were some that they did give a little bit more time to, and others that were like, oh, okay, we're going to run this back. But the episodes are 43 minutes long. If you're like, Matt, I do want to watch Project Runway. It's been forever. Where am I going to watch this? I don't have cable. I get it. I'm about to cancel my cable. I'm not even playing. I'm really not playing, y'all. I'm about to cancel my cable. I'm just going to have the internet. I'm going to get YouTube TV. I get a discount apparently. So I'm like, I got to change this up because Xfinity has been wearing me out. And my contract is coming up. So I'm like, once that contract is up and they can't ask for another $200, she gone. I'm just going to go to the other one where I'm paying basically $120 less for it. Because, yeah, like cable's ridiculous. But I do get an internet plan. It's actually included in my apartments. It's literally included in the rent. So I'm like, I don't need to do this. Why am I paying for this? So, yeah, let's have fun today. I'm so happy to see all of you. And thank you so much for tuning in. I feel like I need to turn up the brightness a little bit. I don't like how this looks. Or maybe we need to change the shading a tad bit. I like that. Yeah, the blue's better. The blue was better. Red had me looking, it was just a little warm in here. That's fine and shit, but like, I don't like the green. I feel washed with that. What about purple? I'm keeping purple. Keeping purple. Keeping it purple. Keeping it purple. Purpley, purpley, purple. All right. Social media is, of course, you can find me all. If you want to find my social medias, you can find them in the About section of this YouTube channel with the Linktree link. Go ahead and click that sucker into it'll take you where you need to go, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, because I refuse to call it the other thing, or anywhere else. You can find me there too. I'm also on Blue Sky as Matty-Rants. So if you're on Blue Sky and you like to stay away from all of that toxicity on those other sites, I am over there as well. There's also a Discord for the Rant Pack. So if you want to be a part of the Discord, you can check that out too. I do have a PO box if you want to send anything special. I also have merch available at dragqueenmerch.com. And I have a cameo. Shout out to my recent cameo I just did. Love you, baby. I hope that you get through on the getting throughs, because trust me, I get it. I understand. Down. Yeah, so I'm going into a new era of my life because, of course, I told you I'm like looking for a job. I just applied to that one that I really, really want. I got another email today about another job that's literally almost the exact same thing, but a different company from the other one. So I just applied to that this morning, and I'm like, yo, is this the sign? Is August going to be the month? So I'm kind of trying to keep this positive atmosphere, even though low key, you pay my rent and my cell phone bill today. I'm trying to keep a positive atmosphere. I really am. So that's just kind of where my mind is right now. I got to smile through my anxiety currently. That's just really what it is. Anything else I need to promote or push out there? Oh, and I am an affiliate partner with Paramount Plus. So if you want a free week of Paramount Plus on me, go ahead and click that link too and get you some. And shout out to the people who did do that, because I did get a little check, a small little check, but it was cute because I was like, wait, they did. They clicked the link. So yay. And I appreciate it. So thank you so very much. I am going to do a disclaimer. It's going to be necessary because I don't like the twins. I don't like them at all. They get on my last effing nerves, actually. So this program is for entertainment purposes only, and content's not intended to malign any religion, race, gender, company, individual, or wigs. And all opinions expressed by Matty-Rants and, well, just me, baby, because it's just me today, are so their personal views and do not affect the opinions of every human being on the planet. Do not send hate to anybody that we talk about today, the shows, the producers, or anybody that we discuss, or anyone mentioned in this program. It's not necessary. It's rude. We're not about that. It's none of us, okay? Grab a libation, strap in. We're going to have a good time today. Yeah. And don't post any spoilers in the chat. If you feel uncomfortable reviewing this program, consume some activity and have yourself a good poot. And that's just all I'm at. Thank you. And I know that I did this yesterday, the day before, and all that kind of stuff, but like, we are almost to the finish line here, and I really am trying to get all this put together by Sunday so I can just get everything taken care of, to be honest with you. So if you have anything at all, it's not necessary for you to participate or be a part of the Ramp Pack or even enjoy this program, but if you do want to show a little bit of love, because trust me, it's going to go a long, long way, as I'm literally on the deadline now, but they stress that, I can at least post it on Sunday. So I'm like, okay, I have today, I have Saturday, and I have Sunday. So let's go, Maddie. But if you can, thank you. If not, it's cool. Just enjoy the show. And I'm so glad you're here. It's paypal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $, Matt924, as well as $MattyRants. And Venmo, Matty-Rants. Anything and everything is so, oh my God, y'all don't know. It's so appreciated right now. And again, I'm almost at my goal. I have like 25% left of what I need. And then after that, I'll be like, you know what? We good. But in the atmosphere of that job I applied for, I promise y'all, something is telling me good things are coming my way, especially because I got another job offer today. That was basically the same job. I was like, is this a sign? Both part-time, but still remote work, both where I'd work 30 plus. I know, Verizon said to me, y'all, we got to pay this. I know, baby, I'm getting there. But for real, I was just really happy that I even got the offers or the emails to be like, hey, can you apply? I'm like, okay, work. Well, I shouldn't say offer, McQueen. I should say I was sought from the recruiter who saw my application on Indeed that was like, hey, go ahead and apply for this job. We think you'd be a good fit. And that's what the other job did too. It was like a recruiter sent me an email through Indeed going, hey, we think you'd be a good fit for this. Go ahead and do the application. And that's why I ended up talking to the recruiter yesterday about the other job. You know what I mean? Because I was like, hey, I put that in there. Oh, hi. And it was that conversation. I haven't called the other one I just applied to, because if I'm going to be honest with you, I literally just finished that application like 2 minutes before this video. And that's why I had to push the video to 1:30. I was editing. I was getting the edit for this together, and then I'm on my tablet applying for the job. At the same time on my cell phone, trying to make sure all my information is correct. So if I seem a little bit like manic panic or very hyper right now, that's why, because I was doing 20 billion things at the same time. So my energy is at like level right now. But yes, if anybody can drop any tips today, seriously, PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $924, as well as $MattyRants and Venmo MattyRants. Oh, Tito, I'm with you too. I'm dragging them today because they think they're really that girl, and that child comment really, that the Av that was being used was pissing me off a tad bit. I was like, y'all really do too fucking much. And they were ticking me off. And the way they were coming from my boy, as well as my sister from the Philippines, I was like, Miss Mama may be like giving you quiet energy, but the way you took her machine that she threaded and then cocked an attitude, and then now she's having to rethread the machine she was already working on, and then y'all talking about together, oh, if she better watch out the way we do. Yeah, she don't want to get on our bad. So I was like, who are you? You who were on a show already who didn't do so well, who came back, humble yourself. And bitch, you've been trying to get on for 15 years, girl. What's your tea? It's giving, y'all sat there and said, you're going to give main character. You're going to be the ones, we're going to take over. You're trying to be the team captain for every group. I don't like it. They're annoying. They really do drop the energy. I see Jesus, who was there before, I'm going to give him a little bit more grace versus his brother. Because you saw the difference between how he received Law's critique versus the other brother, who was like, you know, basically, I'm a Gemini. Christian told me. It's Christian's fault. To then, well, I'm Latina, so that's how we operate. Like as if like Law over here hadn't been bent over by a Dominican before. I'm over here like, girl, what is going on? It was really annoying to watch that go down and their confessionals be complete dick nuggets too. And then it's a lot to deal with. So I do want the newer brother to go home immediately, only based off of energy. Just based off of energy. That am I being punked moment on the first episode was ridiculous. And I could not believe they sent the other person home, because I was like, I'm sending the one with the bad attitude. However, as a producer, and I'm thinking of drama, I'm going to keep him. So I see why they kept him. I'm like, you kept him not because he's good. You kept him because he's going to bring some bullshit. And that's going to be fun for TV when the audience wants to see them get a little rah-rah. So we'll get there. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it today with the Project Runway episode 1 and 2. It is season 21. Hey, Eric, and it is performative. They are doing a lot for the camera. It's giving very much. We watch a whole bunch of girls on TikTok or Big O. Yeah, because that child, but oh, baby, you all know what that did to me. I was like, this thing. And I also didn't like how one of them was trying to explain, like, he's like, have you ever done a collection before? Do you know what a collection is? Yes, I've done a collection before. Then gives the definition, like as if, well, you just told me you knew. Well, I'm now about to explain it to you what it is. When in reality, you're the one whose look didn't look like it fit with the group. But I digress. I was like, your look doesn't look like it fits, not theirs. That's the difference now. I couldn't take it. So check it out. These are going to be the guest judges this season: Christian Cowan, Harris Reed, Jenna Lyons, shout out to Jenna, Joan Smalls, Michael Kors, Mickey Guyton, Nikki Glazer, Sarah Foster, Sophia Vergara is actually going to be on episode 3. They're going to be designing a dress for her. Tyra Banks' big ass head's going to be there. 2 shots at Tyra. And of course, Zach Posen. So they're bringing in some of the old season and some people who haven't been there before, as well as it's interesting having Tyra Banks on an episode with Heidi Klum. That's going to be cool because they're both Victoria's Secret Angel alums. So that's actually, I hope that is the challenge. I hope it's lingerie. I really pray and hope it's lingerie because that would be so super dope to see both the Victoria's Secret angels of the past that we knew that were icons and legends in those moments, even now, like talking about said clothes on the stage. That would be really, really cool. So those are going to be the guest judges, but let's get to the cast itself. I do have visuals, believe it or not. And again, thanks so much for tuning in. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. I am going to continuously ask, please PayPal at me for /MattyRants, Cash App $Matt924 as well as $MattyRants, and Venmo MattyRants, because this could all matter as a matter of fact into going into next week, whether or not I can still have this channel. So God bless. I appreciate you all. Let's continue. So let's get into the cast. I hate how I did this visual, but we're going to work it out. So let's get into the first three people I have in front of me right now from left to right. Interesting enough, from left to right, the first two people that you see, you know, Yu-Chen and my girl VJ. Yeah. So, okay. Yu-Chen is from China. I love his aesthetic and design. VJ is from the Philippines. VJ also competed on Project Runway Philippines and was the runner-up. So they were close to winning, but didn't. And now they're over here for Project Runway Season 21 competing, which I think is really, really cool. Then you've got Madeline, who her aesthetic is very of the past, and she likes to play with it and sort of put her own spin on those things. And I like her. I'm getting to enjoy. I'm trying to find a way. Didn't care for the first outfit she made for the first episode. The second episode, I was more like, okay, I'm starting to see a little bit of Madeline, but she seems cool, and I like her energy in the workroom. She doesn't give fake. Now, his name is Joseph McCrae. We're doing this left to right. That is Joseph McCrae. Do not call him Joseph. That's Joseph McCrae. Now, Heidi Klum called that man Joseph, and he didn't correct her. You knew better. Because you already know, if you said, no, can y'all call me Joseph McCrae? That would have looked crazy. You know that would have looked crazy. They would have looked at you like, okay, girl, But when you came with that workroom and it was Joseph McCrae, and then VJ, it's no, you can't say Joe. It's Joseph McCrae. Joseph, no shade, Joseph McCrae. See, now I don't want to say the whole name. I'm sorry. I was not feeling that for a second because I was like, baby, is this going to be the whole episode? Is this going to be him the whole time? Thank God for the second episode. No shade, Joe. No shade. I'm not trying to be rude. It's a brand. Celebrate it. I'm all here for it because he's cute too. But like, I was like, please don't let this be his first round the entire time. But then as the episodes have progressed, I promise you he is a treat, and I do enjoy him. He's a good time. And I like his aesthetic too. I want to see how far he goes. He can make a nasty jacket. Those jackets, the coats, the jackets, he bad. Do you understand me? I low-key want a lot of what he was making. Like the coat he made for the second episode, I was like, oh, I'd wear that. Now that I do. Oh, yes. That olive green was puss. Oh, yeah, but we'll get to him. He's cool. But glad we got a second episode and a redemption moment from him, and I was glad to see it because I wanted to like him, so I'm glad we're there. Joan she needs to be protected. I love me some Joan. Joan is in the middle here. Did anyone else notice that this flower that's on her jacket is also going to be presented on the look that we're going to talk about for the first episode? So that may be like a signature piece for her. But I want Joan to do well, and I want Joan to be protected because I already saw the one twin who I hate the most be like, she's really old and she has a really old style and she needs to catch up with the future. And I'm thinking to myself, you got dragged before you walked off the stage on the second episode, and you were in the bottom the first episode. I need you to shut the fuck up and just let these people be. So Joan, you keep on doing it, boo. Love me some Joan. Now, I was sad that my girl Casey over here, who is from Houston, she came back after going home the first episode on season 19. We will discuss what happens for episode 1 of season 21. Okay, without classic style, there wouldn't be new style. That part. Now, this is one of my other favorite people, to be honest with you, but I'm kind of nervous for her, is Alex. Love Alex. It was kind of cool finding out that she has Japanese in her background and her history, and she incorporates that into her looks with sort of like taking a kimono and infusing it into different sort of styles and brands. Second episode, but the first episode was wonderful for her, to be honest with you. Now, these two dick nuggets over here. And I hate that I'm doing that with them because I don't want to be rude, but I'm also like, y'all make this show very hard for me to enjoy. One brother more than the other. Now, in the middle is Jesus, okay? And he was on season 7. I watched that season. I remember you too. I remember the whole bit. It was sad to see you go. It was like, oh, he's young. He'll figure it out. It's coming together for him. So I was excited to see him back on the show. Now, them pulling his brother Antonio into this, they're both designers, both from Mexico. We're happy to see representation being here. You know what I mean? I want to like them so bad. I want to like them so bad. I don't like them. Antonio more than Jesus. Jesus feels a little bit more mature, or at least we've done this before, so I know how to like not take it there. But I also didn't care for how he was talking to other people. But Antonio really is main character syndrome, and if he has one more, if he pull out one more, I brought this fabric from home, I'm going to scream. I'm going to scream. Because now 2 times for 2 different challenges, we have now made people do their entire thing off of something you brought from home versus working with what we got in the workroom. And for me, I'm not feeling all that. I don't like people that appoint themselves as leaders. I like it when the group is like, let's decide together versus I'm just going to start talking and y'all just going to start listening. Like, I mean, it is for Drag Race when they bring rhinestones and shit from home, but hey. So the Didi Marie Holiday then from the Philippines. We'll get there. I'm going to explain some of the arguments and break it down to you. Because again, like right now, this could just be the first 2 episodes and they're very much they're not getting it just yet. This may be just their personalities and the way they are. And they're basically a whirlwind of, every sort of stereotype for gay people. But, I just did that child moment when he was over, the Av was flowing. The Av was flowing, y'all, and it was a lot to take in. I'm not going to lie to you. I was like, girl, you got one more. I was like, oh my God, this is getting tiring. But they pissed me off. Wamp, wamp. And now to the others over here, 2 of these people I like. One of them, I'm hoping he pulls it together because I hated what he presented on the second episode. Angelo is on the left over here. Shout out to Angelo. He's all about the streetwear style. He's doing this for his daughter, who was so adorable. I was like, oh, Angelo. So, he's got a really good story and he's a sweetheart. In the middle, as if we already don't know who the hell this is. One of my favorite people from RuPaul's Drag Race, one of my favorite designers on RuPaul's Drag Race, my Seventh-day Adventist sister. It is this Utica Queen, who is going by Ethan. I mean, they mentioned Utica, but I was like, oh my gosh, she's doing Ethan. Ooh. Even though we hear them say Utica all the time in the room. But Utica's on the show. I'm beyond happy, of course. I'm going to be a little bit biased because that's my baby. But yes, Utica, we're rooting for you over here with the Ramp Pack. Go off, sister. And I live for this little girl over here. She's not a little girl. She's a grown woman, but you know what I mean. I live for Belania. Or is it Bellania? I think it's Bellania. Why am I saying Belania? Let me not get you too close to the White House, girl. I know Bellania. Yeah, that sounds about bad. That sounds better. I think that's it. I like her a lot. And this second episode really did her justice. That skirt was nasty, girl. I was like, okay, now that's I was like, oh, this is plus. I liked how we'll get there, but yeah. This is the cast. Now, they're going to tell us how many eliminations there are and how many, like it all does is like, this is 1 out of this is 1 out of 9, this is 1 out of whatever. So it's 12 castmates. So what it seems like is that they're going to eliminate 9 people, and then there will be a top 3. If you remember from previous seasons before, they've done 3, they've done 4, they've gone back to 3, this, that, and the other. So that's what it's going to be like, right? Okay, so Ben, you're like, where do I watch this? Where can I watch it? It's on Disney Plus or Hulu, because some people don't have Disney Plus, they just have Hulu, and it's on Hulu. But if you are also a Disney Plus subscriber, you know Hulu comes included with that because that's a part of the same program. So you can watch it on there. If you do not have that, the other network, like say for cable where it's going to be premiering, is on Freeform, which used to be ABC Family. Yeah. No, it's on Disney Plus because I was just on there, babe. Also Freeform. No, it's definitely on there. Now, if you tried last night, it was not on there. If you tried this morning or today, it should be on there, because I did notice I missed the second episode. I completely forgot. I was like, oh, there's a second episode? Gag. Shout out to Komorian for posting that. And I was like, where is this? Like, I don't know where it is. Channel 311 on DirecTV. Come on, Bridget. Yeah, all Freeform. Yeah, so I watched it on Freeform because I still have the cable, right? But it is on Disney Plus. It's on Hulu or Disney Plus today. So it will be on, I should say that it premieres Thursdays on cable, but there you go. Ben, by all means, I also do reactions on Patreon too, as well. No, it's not on Lifetime, because I tried Lifetime yesterday. They've moved to Freeform, so ABC Family has picked it up. I just watched it on Disney Plus. Yeah. So you should be able to watch both episodes, but just a reminder for those of you who are not using cable, it will be on Friday mornings, like midnight, like Friday morning. Yeah. So Thursday premieres, Friday morning, second premiere for those of you who are streamers. Very that. Okay. Is this not cool? How they were walking in through the zipper in this workroom. I'm sorry, this was fire to me. I love how the workroom looks. It's very dope. But of course, Christian Siriano, the winner of season 3 of, I almost said RuPaul's Drag Race, of Project Runway, who is honestly my favorite designer on the show. I was a big fan of Christian's when he was competing on his season. It was season 3, right? Right? Not 2. Because I remember season 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Yeah, Christian was season 3. Am I wrong? It has to be 3. 1. Oh, 4. It was 4. Oh my God. It was 4. It was 4. Who is 3 though? Hold on. Who? I'm not even looking for y'all. Who won season 3 of Project Runway? Okay, let me see. Oh, yeah. I remember now. I remember now. I didn't like that guy. Jeffrey, I did not like Jeffrey. Jeffrey was an ass some of the time, so I just was not a fan. And I think he was against somebody that I wanted to win. Regardless of it, I'm proud of, hey, good for them. But yeah. I really, McQueen, because he definitely is still working and he's still dressing the girls for the red carpets and everything else. So he's definitely not without a job, I'm not trying to displace where you're coming from, because you're throwing the shade at him. I don't want to defend him like that, but to be real, no, the man is still working. Like, while his presentations on New York Fashion Week haven't been the best for you, maybe for others, he's working. So we're not gonna lie and just bullshit that. This is just another job, and it's also a way of like being part of something that he was doing, that literally led to his career. So it's not too far-fetched that he's still there. I will say though, I really do miss Tim Gunn. I miss Tim Gunn a lot. And while I enjoy Christian as someone in the workroom, because he's fun and he challenges them, I miss Timmy. I do. I miss the voice. I miss the. So what are you doing here? Like the way that man would always sit like this with his arms folded, and that one that would be up, and he'd have to look and do all this. It doesn't give a little flounce. I do miss little Timmy. I miss a little Tim Tim. I do. But Christian's doing a good job for me, so I cannot agree with you, unfortunately. I love you, McQueen, but I'm not going to be able to feed into that today, especially because I have a lot of stressful shit going on too, and I just can't. I can't. I don't know what's going to happen for me like in the next 3 days. You know what I mean? I'm literally running on that kind of atmosphere right now, so I'm just working off of good vibes right now, babe. But keep it up though, because there are people who agree with you. Not taking your point away. I just am like, I can't read that. It's a little too dark for me right now. But Heidi Klum, it's nice to see her back up in this gig again. No shade. Did not like the other lady that was doing this job. I mean, she was cool, but it was like, you're not, the energy, the feeling, it's just not there. It's just not there. Oh, Jordan, it was only for the first episode that he was the judge. He will not be the judge he wasn't the judge on the second episode, and he won't be the judge going forward. It was just for the first premiere episode that they had him in that seat. And I kind of think it was necessary to have him in the seat because you literally saw what happened. Christian told me. Well, Christian said, I was so happy Christian was sitting right there. I was so happy because it was like, I did, but I didn't tell you that. And I did, but you're exaggerating. And that happened, but why? Because of what I said, did you not want to open the coat? Because you made it seem like it was going to be a coat. You got so mad at me talking about a 30-minute dress that was a 30-minute dress that you couldn't even focus anymore. And now it was trying to prove me wrong. And then you ended up being in the bottom because it did look crazy. It would have looked better if it had been presented on the runway with open, boom. That's when I was like, oh, safe immediately. But it was the way it was just walked out and just a bunch of two. Drew, thank you so much for the tippy on Venmo. First of the day. Oh, thank you so very much. Didn't know you were reviewing. Oh, absolutely. Yes. And Bleecker will maybe be joining me for future reviews because Bleecker actually works in the fashion industry. I'm so proud of my friend. We talked about some new projects they've been working on, and so they actually have a little bit of they got a little foot. They got the foot in the game, y'all. So I would love for Bleecker to join me for these reviews so they can give some serious like references and putting it there. Because I have, of course, my favorite designers that I know about with like Mugler, Schiaparelli, and all the rest of that. But I know my friend is way more nuanceical about like all the designers. So if you've seen us talking on Twitter, Bleeker's down for it. We just got to get the time slots together. And I may not be doing these videos so early in the day. I'm going to try to work around their schedule because I really would love their intake. And I'm also going to be asking a couple of my other friends too, who also do work in the fashion industry to come on by. I have a friend from college who is a buyer for Louis Vuitton, for crying out loud. So like, I need to hit her up and see, hey, you want to pop on one of these episodes and talk about clothes? Because I love clothes. But yes, but I'm excited to talk about the show with y'all today. Just a reminder, let's not send hate to nobody, but let's talk about the fashions. Because there's some people I like on this show. I didn't like their clothes. Jesus is going to redeem himself in the second episode. And I was so happy he did. Because I was like, the attitude's gone. We're not feeling that shit no more. Thank you, Jesus. Your brother is a different story, but I was like, Jesus is coming into his own a little bit. I just don't like, girl, y'all need to just chill, mommy, chill, daddy, chill, just chill. So Heidi Klum and Christian Siriano walk into the workroom and of course introduce themselves and like give them the run through of what's going to happen with the show. The grand prize is $200,000. Oh, real quick, Big Brother casting has already started for next season. You're hearing it now. I'm putting in my application this weekend. I'm going to sit down Sunday morning and I'm just going to do it. I always end up like doing it and then I never submit or I like get halfway through and go, never mind.
this is the time. I feel it in my bones. I don't know. Something's telling me, go just try it out. Just try, man. Just submit it and see what happens. Can you imagine me on Big Brother? Well, I'll make up for Jimmy's bullshit. I'll be making up for Jimmy's bullshit. We need to throw real gay in there, right? How do Big Brother select candidates? It's kind of interesting because they do, people send in their auditions and all that kind of stuff, and you apply regularly, like through submitting like forms and this, that, and the other. Then you have to go through the process, like of them figuring out if you're, cuckoo and all that kind of stuff. So for me, I'm getting a tape together, and I am going to just send in like all my information and stuff like that and see what happens. But I am going to create a tape on Sunday for Big Brother. And if I do get on the show, prepare yourselves. Because like I've been saying, if I ever get on reality TV, I'm going to cut up. I'm going to cut the fuck up. I'm going to be smart about it, though. It's not going to be a whole lot of nope. I'm going to be smart about it, but I'm going to cut up. I'm going to be playing the game. They're not going to know what's going to be hitting them. I say that now, and then when I get there, watch me like have like my whole little group that I love, and I just don't want anything bad to happen to them. Yeah, it's good. I mean, the Queen, it's kind of the same amount of applicants for Big Brother too. So even if I did Traders as well, which I found out that I don't have to be a celebrity to be on Traders, which is kind of cool. I could still audition for that show, which I'm thinking about, but I don't know. Traders is a lot. I don't want to have to sit at a table and have someone accuse me of lying and shit, bitch. I'm going to cuss somebody out. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so no, let's get back to the show. I'm sorry, y'all. I got off track. So their challenge this week is Disney inspired. As you know, the show is moved to ABC Family, which is Freeform now. ABC Family, there we go. Freeform now, which is on Disney Plus and Hulu. So they're doing princesses and villains. Disney princesses and villains. They're not asking for an actual recreation of a look from a princess. They do want them to be inspired by said princesses. You know what I mean? As well as the villains, and give their own aesthetic. But the difference is they want to do this in fashion houses. Why is this so awesome? Because I just had to sit through this with Drag Race France All-Stars, and I love it when they do houses and collections and the cohesiveness of a group. Love that shit. So that is the challenge this week. Now, the groups were already pre-assigned. They were pre-assigned. ADHD. Sorry. I'm sorry. Y'all, I'm sorry. I had an email come in that was from the job thing, not from them, but from Indeed itself, like telling me another job as offers popped up, and I'm like, okay, what? And so my brain was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Matthew, continue. So they're already pre-assigned. They were already lined up with each other. I think that's just what they wanted to do. They probably wanted to split the brothers up to see how they work individually versus together, because you already know if they were selecting teams, they'd definitely be on the same team, and it would be what it is. As you know, we saw in the second episode, even though I do believe that they were working with some folks that weren't going to be moving too far, if that makes any sense. I was like, not they have the Latino brothers and the black folks all in the same group. I said, oh yeah, they are gonna listen, but it's like, no, we gonna do this together. They were low-key a vibe in the second episode, high-key, if you will. But House of Princess, we got set up over here, and then House of Villains. Now, because it's a collection and it's a house, they need to, of course, be cohesive and have everything sort of not necessarily the same, but it needs to make sense when you're telling a story behind something, right? And so you're going through fabrics, you're trying to find the one that you want to base everything off of, and then what you can overlay over here. Who's going to give more of the drama? Who's going to do sportswear? Who's going to do the gown? Who's going to do something of a simple skirt? Maybe a LBD, possibly a wedding gown. Like, it's a collection. You want to go ahead and give that sort of feel with it, right? But it also needs to go in line with the project, of course, being whether they're princesses inspired by, or more so
the theme of, and then Villain's the same way. Now, when we get to the House of Princess, because Villain, it was kind of fine. Like everything was sort of worked out. It seemed clean at first. We'll get to where the drama starts. But when we get to House of Princess, my God, the moment they start talking about it, here come Antonio. Why don't we do this butterfly fabric? And then mind you, he pointed at his model because they all had looks that were there. They already had looks that were there. Literally, he had the same exact fabric in a completely different color. Your payment arrangement is today. I know, Verizon, calm down. Let me do the video. I'm trying to raise the money. And I'm thinking to myself, is this how it's going to be the entire season? Jesus Christ. So I thought to myself, the fabric actually is pretty. I don't read princess from it though. I read like some sort of other fantastical event, but I'm not being drawn into the fairy tale world just because there are princesses. I'm sorry, just because there's butterflies on the print. I thought that was wild. So that will be an issue later. We'll get to it. It will be a problem later, but it also will be another thing in the second episode. So yeah, nobody wanted to move there, but you're trying to work together as a group. You're going to do the best that you can. I love that they went into mood. Was that mood fabrics? I hope so. All right. Do you see what I'm talking about? Oh, actually, I do want to give Project Runway some credit here. Y'all are shady and you're funny and y'all are messy and I live for it. These confessionals, y'all are giving people different monikers and names and titles for everything. Antonio was just the twin in like 5 minutes ago, and now there's a self-proclaimed leader. There are even points where if they're talking about it and they have changed their mind, they'll scratch it out and then rewrite something. Like, y'all are funny. I will give you some credit there. I'm having a blast seeing how the confessionals are coming up and seeing what titles you have for people based off of what they're talking about. It's quite funny. But he wants to be the leader. He's proclaimed himself the leader of the group, just like his brother did. I kid you not. They both did the same thing. Well, I just made myself the leader of the group because I know what I want us to do, and we're going to win. And the same thing happened for the other brother with the other group, where everybody was kind of like, oh, okay, so I guess. But they're both being kind of dick nuggets about it. For example, VJ has been coming off as standoffish because they're not really speaking to everybody and they're very much focused on their work. I get that. I also would want them to be more communicative with me because we are trying to work as a group. So I understand the frustration from everybody on the cast. However, some people are taking it extremely personal and it's weird to see. You, Jesus, are taking this way too personal. Utica, you as well with the like, we have a bitch on the team. I'm like, are you sure? What? Like, I'm confused. I'm confused a little bit, even though VJ kind of does lean into this a tad, but I maybe I'm missing things from the edit. Maybe we're not seeing everything because even VJ is like, I'll be the villain. Ha ha ha. And I'm like, I didn't even take you as that. I took you as just being quiet and not really saying anything or responding back to people because you were so focused on what you were working on, even though you are in a group and you should also be communicating with the group. Because if you change something, they may need to add something to their looks. So that way it's like, oh, well, if you're doing that, I want to make sure that when yours goes out, mine comes after it, like connects together. So I get where the frustration from the others is coming from. I do not like how they are communicating their issues to other people. Look at me. But this was stupid. So you're telling me because she already was working on this machine, she already threaded it, she had to leave and come back. You come in the room and notice that the machine is already threaded as if someone did it for you, or you just being like, well, I'm using this, so I'm using black thread, so I'm just going to use this one. And so when she comes in and she's like, you're on my machine. No, these are all of our machines. You don't own this machine. It wasn't to say that she owned the machine. It was her to saying, hey, I was just working on that. I just threaded it. I went away. I stepped back in. And that's how the communication happened, to where you are now like, who do you think you are, bitch? And it's like, no, who do you think you are, queen? I couldn't believe him. I'm like, you was really doing a lot. And to a doll at that. I didn't like that. I was like, oh, okay. This is giving me punk energy and I'm not a fan of it at all. So VJ really clocked in and was like, okay, girl, you can be mad. I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to do my own thing because that's just what we're here to do. This is a competition. Ha, ha, ha. You see what I'm saying? In her villain era. Producers are so stupid. But like the whole, because again, they came as a duo and people are there solo. So I don't like this kind of, you better watch how you talk to us. Yeah, you don't know who we are. Yeah, you don't want to get on our bad side. Baby, I'd be arguing with them hoes every day. I'd be reading them down. I'd be the reads, bitch. I would be like, oh no, not you two last T cells in somebody's body. You're gonna read somebody. Girl, get out of here. Trying to come for someone, Miss Thing. Bitch, you got eliminated early your season and you couldn't even get on the show for 15 fucking years. Who are you trying to gag? VJ was at least runner-up on her season. What the fuck are you talking about? Lisa, VJ was the villain on her last show, so I think she's keeping her distance so that doesn't happen again. She's something else. I feel like they're trying to pull it out of her, and she's like, I just don't want to do that, but it's coming. Because you saw how my boy, hold on, let me make sure I get my baby name over here, because my boy was cutting up low-key whenever Jesus tried to clock him when they were sitting down backstage, and he was like, and stop. He was like, okay, we're not about to do that, because let's talk about what you were doing, and he didn't want to hear him. And he's like, yeah, girl. I said, these two punks are going back and forth. Oh my God. Talk about, yeah, girl. No, Miss Thing. No, yes, girl. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. What's my baby's name again? Yu Chen. There we go. I like Yu Chen. Yes. I like him a lot. I was so proud that he stood up for himself because he definitely tried to play him. He definitely tried to play him. He did. He tried to punk him. He tried to punk VJ. He tried to make it a whole thing. Like, if y'all were going to do this going forward, we're going to have to, it's like, no, but baby, whoa. You literally had a whole outfit with a giant fucking heavy ass coat. Bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what are you talking about? Like, what you mean? Like, it felt like you were trying to make everyone work around you so that it was cohesive versus you working with everybody else and making it cohesive. But that was just my take on it. I can't stand these two. We'll continue. I also say they're necessary and needed because I do like drama on TV shows. So, yeah. Okay, see. Christian's walkthroughs were pretty funny. I do like when Christian does his walkthroughs. He does give really good advice. He do make comments that sometimes press the designers. I feel he does it in a way to say, like, push yourself to do a little bit more because it's like, what is this? Casey, you went home the first episode. This man said this isn't really working. And you're like, I don't want to get rid of my asymmetrical dress. Huh? You notice that also one of our people, hold on now. This also happened to another person who was told you should change something. And he's like, no, I'm going to keep the jacket. And also everybody in the bottom three was told to change something and didn't. Isn't that crazy? Everybody in the bottom three was told to do something different and was like, no, I'm going to stick to my guns. It was like, okay, stick to them. Literally lost his grip, and I knew he was going to be a problem, and I knew he was going to be in trouble the moment Christian said I could have an intern, not him. I can have an intern make that dress in 30 minutes. I was like, oof. Now, me, that would have pissed me off a tad bit. But I also would have been like, okay, if he's telling me it looks like something that I could just whip up, I need to add something. I need to do a little bit more. And I think the thing is, I think the issue is that Antonio didn't know how to communicate after being told something like you're making a 3-minute dress, that there was going to be drama with this coat moment and she was going to open it and push on through. Like, he was trying to explain that. But once Christian made that comment, it was like, whoop. And so he gave him some good feedback. And truthfully, Antonio did apply it. The problem was, I don't think he actually told the model how to present said look the way it was supposed to be done. Or better yet, he kind of was like, keep it all on, because he said the dress was only 30 minutes. So we're just going to rock the coat. Huh? That was me watching. I was like, no, babes, no. He specifically was like, oh, if you're going to do all that, just make sure it's presented well. Meaning the coat's really good. If she's taking it off, she's still holding it on. It's a full ensemble. I think he got too in his feelings, and that kind of fucked him up, personally. Like, I'm going to prove you wrong, but... Like, Christian told him, but isn't it... Sorry, I'm doing isn't it a lot. It is wild, though, that the brother also did the same thing. They truly are twins. They truly are Gemini twins. To be twins and Geminis, Jesus Christ. He also got some constructive criticism about the coat being so heavy and it looking sort of matronly, which he didn't receive well either. But it was a bit different, if you will. It was just a tad bit different on how his approach went with this one versus the other one, which I found interesting. It's like, clearly that one's the bigger hothead than he is. Of course, conversations happen in the workroom. VJ is considered a bitch. But yeah, this part right here was wild, because the self-proclaimed leader of this group for Team Villain wanted to make sure everybody was cohesive. So he started to pick apart everybody else's looks, not his, not even looking at his. His is not the problem. Everybody else's is. So Jesus starts to go down the line. He starts with Yu-Chen. And he's like, Yu-Chen, you have all of this lace. No one has this lace. You're going to have to cut off the lace and give it to us so that way we can incorporate it. He's like, well, I don't have any more lace to give. In reference for that, well, I'm sorry, do you know what a collection is? Have you made a collection before? Yu-Chen's like, yeah. Okay, well, a collection is when the looks look together and they're like, just told you he knows what a collection is. Just told you he's made a collection, verified, and now you're explaining to him. Oh, I hated that. I was like, Yu-Chen, you better than me, babe, because I'd have been like, all right, pause, production, stop the camera, because this energy is not going to go forward here, because you're not going to play me in this camera, baby girl. You need to go. Wrong team. Tito Burrito, it's giving their family always said yes and follow your dreams, and then his gay friends were yes friends just to maintain proximity, and now they are demon children. Imagine somebody asking, have you made a collection? And you literally work with avant-garde looks and you have a fashion house. Imagine. Imagine. Girl. The way my blood would be boiling right now. I'm glad Yu-Chen stood his ground here and was like, nah, I'm not cutting anything. We're good. It does look cohesive. We already have this going on here. All of that. So they stood their ground. I love VJ was like, I'm just gonna be quiet because I'm not moving, bitch. And yeah, Yu-Chen, we root for you, friend. We're rooting for you. I'm proud of you, especially when we got backstage. I was proud. I was like, that's right. Cack her for me. But of course, they're rushing to get on to the main floor for the runway as Heidi Klum walks down looking gorgeous in this dress. Nina Garcia, of course, is a part of the main panel with Roach in the good bone straight bust down. And then Christian Siriano will be the guest judge this week as the mentor, since they did not have somebody who was a celebrity or otherwise a fashion designer show up for the first episode. So, who's first? House of villains is first, and this is Yu Chen's look. Quite beautiful, actually. Quite the assignment. Quite ready to wear, if you will. Something that actually could be seen in a store with the veil. I kind of was gagged that they went first because she had the veil on, and I was like, it's giving wedding dress tea, so why is this not the closer? But then when you see Utica's dress, you're like, Utica's was the closer. Utica's was definitely the closer, okay? But I thought this look was actually gorgeous. I love the use of this fabric and the way that this sheer is giving. I would have changed the shoe. That boot is killing me. That is the only thing I would have changed with the styling part of this. Hated the fucking boot. But everything else about this I thought was puss. And that little flower on the back of the booty hole. That was odd. When Nina Garcia was like, turn around. I was like, oh my God, why is it there? Everything else, though, I was like, this is puss. I kind of like it. Okay, so this is Antonio's look. And the reason why I know it's Antonio's look, because this is giving the streetwear vibe for what it was worth. I was okay with this. It was like, yeah, it's all right. Or is this Anne? No. Anne's was different. Yeah, this is Antonio's. No, it wasn't. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. No, this is Antonio. Yeah, this is Antonio's. He wasn't in the group. It was all right. It was cool. Anne's Alex's look was okay. I don't know why I said Anne, my bad. Alex's look was okay. The cowl was cool. The back of it was interesting. It was too, I've seen it before, but it was very well done. So I was giving Alex some coots there, but I was like, I've seen that shit. Now, VJ's look was interesting. I liked the top. The pants were nice, but to me, I wasn't getting villain vibe. I was getting something else completely. I was not taken to a villain-esque story, but I was taken to a nice runway where the theme is like, car wash strips. No shade. But I thought VJ's look was fine. I just didn't think it fit the brief, so I thought they were kind of lucky this week. Jesus's look it wasn't my favorite, and I was kind of shocked. Bitch. I was kind of shocked he was in the top. But then again, I remember the other three I just talked about. So yeah, Jesus was kind of up there by default. No shade. I'm just gonna be real. I did not care for the coat. I felt like when I looked at the other outfits that came around, that coat had nothing to do with anybody else's shit. To be honest with you, black, and then there's this random coat. I was like, oh, okay, bet. So that was my whole thing. And then the titties was downstairs, and that was odd, but I liked the dress underneath. I do wish her breasts were like pulled up a tad bit, like up here, so we could have seen her beautiful bosoms, but like the dress underneath was great. I just don't like the coat on top of it. That was my issue. That's all. It was like the coat, only in here, this part of the coat right here, like it gives me, what's it called again in the bed for the beds? What is it that you put underneath the bed for the bed skirt? There we go. It looks like a bed skirt, high key, or like a really pretty shower curtain that's been like pinned at the bottom that has, I just did not like that coat. The dress I thought was cute. I want her titties to be up. The Nigerian auntie comment had me howling because I was like, yeah, I was like, oh yeah, it kind of do. It really do. Okay. They're not at the wedding. They're at the ceremony where the wife gonna get the money. They got the dowry. The dowry's about to happen. The dowry ceremony. But Utica's look was fucking insane. Utica's look was insane. Utica's look was insane. Utica's look was insane. For me, she was the one that actually gave villain, but also gave fashion. And I think it's the coat. She had a cape that was really also like a coat up top here, where it started at the back of the head and it cascaded all the way down with this really beautiful dress that they did, right? It's the way that cape flowed down. It flowed so well as she was walking. It was like, yo, like, and then they made gloves too with the nails built in. It was just right with the money for me. I was like, you know what? This is what I was looking for. This is what I wanted to see. It was not costumey. It was borderline. Like, say if there were a couple things thrown on there, costume down. but it was edited perfectly. So I was like, you know what? Utica, there you go. We're up in this piece. So I was like, all right, all right. Now going to the princess look. I hated the whole group except for Bellania. That was the only one I was like, okay, yeah. But everybody else I hated. I'm gonna be real with you. I hated everybody in this group. Oh, I just was like, no. No. Joseph's look, I did not care for at all. I was like, what about this princess? Please help me out. I will say though, the coat is interesting. Stops there. The coat is interesting, but it stops there. The coat looked like one of those pillows that you put on the couch no, it's one of those pillows on the bed that has the arms on it too. So you like sit on it and you have your laptop on your I was like, no, I don't think that's for me. You put in that work in there, but Joseph, I didn't care for this one. I'm gonna give you way more for the next episode for sure. But this one I was like, nah. I didn't like this. And I was still confused why Utica picked her. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was like, I don't like this. I don't see. I'm not looking for a pretty princess ball gown moment, but something about this color, something about this, I wanted to see what they wanted me to see. I really did. That was ugly. And so I was no, I shouldn't say it. Yes, it was, Matthew. Be honest. But you didn't like it, baby boy. I didn't. I was kind of shocked that he picked her of all the people. I was like, Miss Thing, you sure about that? You sure? You sure this is the route you're where you want to go? Madeline, I love you, baby girl, but I was like, I don't know. It looked like the clothes shrunk shrunk in the wash, and then she put them on and was like, let's push on through. I just hate this color with it too. I like this. Now I like this from Bellania. I did like this look a lot. And then when I realized that color was giving a purple but very light lavender, I think there's another name for it, if you will. You can and absolutely should say if something is ugly. Okay, well, that last look was fucking hideous to me. Fucking hated it. Boo, Wendy Testerberger, boo, burn it. Burn it to the ground. This was pretty, though. Love the styling for this one, too. I thought it was gorgeous. This one, I felt like, okay, I can see a princess wearing this. This feels way more modern. I thought it was fabulous. Antonio's look. Jermaine, oh my gosh, thank you so much, fellow Libra. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you for the tippy poo. It is really muy importante and extremely helpful right now. God bless you so very much. Thank you. I appreciate you, babes. And y'all, thank you for tuning in. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. I appreciate you so much for being here today. Love you down. We're talking about Project Runway. This will be our new Friday show, which I'm actually really excited to cover this because the season's kind of good. It's really good. There's drama. The looks are great. There are personalities on the cast. Whether we're annoyed with the twins or not, they're doing their job. Because you know there's always people on the show that you just can't stand. They're doing their job. So it is what it is. But we're going to cover this every Friday here on the channel. Please hit that like button, share, and subscribe. And of course, I am trying to raise some coins today. It is imperative that I continue to still do these videos while I'm looking for work. Because at the same time, I believe I'm about to get in the job, but I got to hold it down. So if you can, just like Jermaine did over here, please and thank you. It's PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $Matt924 as well as $MattyRants, and Venmo Matty-Rants. Why is this the look that's up before I continue on? Now let's stay with Antonio first before I get to Casey's garbage dump. This isn't ugly at all. It's actually pretty. The scepter is absolutely not necessary by any means whatsoever. .com. I thought this was pretty. It did need to be opened up though, because it was like, okay, so what else is this? Like Law hated it, but I was like, well, this is pretty, but where else is this? And then as far as the collection is concerned, and I'm looking at the looks, it's like, okay. Pow. Okay. It confused me. Because it's like everybody else was giving little pastel tees, very, very almost mute, if you will, not too loud. And then you got this. And no one used the fabric at all. It was so much prettier when he opened it. Oh my God, it was pretty when he opened it up and gave that little 30-minute dress some time. It was really cute. Should not have been wrapped up. She should have came out there with the coat, just as the coat, and would have pushed on through. He more than likely would have been safe. They may have had a comment about him not actually being cohesive with the collection because it is a completely opposite from everybody else. But at the same time, it was still pretty. His attitude is what ruined him. Down. Because he wasn't trying to take it and wanted to blame other people for like not being in a high position, which I thought was crazy. Hold on. We drama every day. Swear to God. Okay, sorry. I got a text message from somebody who is in trouble and I am not able to assist them, unfortunately, but I told them who they can call that is going to be able to help them out because I am on the opposite side of town and they're on the southeast side of town, and that is so far away. Southeast Houston, you're never going to catch me over there. I'm sorry. You're never going to catch me over there. Never. But no, they were, it's not trade, but no, my friend is, his car broke down and he was asking if he used my AAA. And I was like, I can't, I have to be there and be present for that to happen because I never got rid of my AAA even after I got rid of my car. So I told them about one of my other friends that we both know who also has AAA, and he actually works for a towing company. So I was like, bitch, hit him up, please. Like, you need to hit him up because that's the one that's going to get you. You might not even pay nothing today. So hit him up. No. Their car, they have an older car that they've been holding on to forever and ever and ever. You know how people are, like, even with me, like, you don't want to get rid of shit. And it's been time to get rid of that 2001 Toyota Camry. That car has been holding on by a thread, sister. It is 2025. That is a 24-year-old vehicle. I was gagged. It was still working. He has 300,000+ miles on the car. It has finally gone coop. It's poop, poop, poop. So he's like, Matt, I'm on the side of the freeway and and I'm like, oh no, because I can't, like, what am I gonna do? I don't have a car, I can't drive over there. So I'll just hit up my other friend. I hope he gets it though. I told him to reach out, but I'll double check once I'm done with the video because that's scary. People on the freeway cannot drive out here in Houston. People cannot drive in Houston. People can't drive anywhere. Back to this though. I thought it was pretty. It wasn't cohesive though. Nowhere near cohesive with everybody else's. It's pretty, but do I cycle? Yeah, that's a part of my workout. I love riding bicycles. I love riding bicycles. Yes, I love riding bicycles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Become a part of this Rant Pack family. I appreciate you so much for being here today. This program's for entertainment purposes only, and content is intended to malign any religion, race, company, individual, or wigs, and all opinions expressed by myself are just my personal views. You know the rest of it. Don't send hate to anybody that we talk about today. Have a good time. Grab something. Do something. Don't grab people. Don't grab no one's puss, President. Please don't post any spoilers in the chat. If you feel uncomfortable reviewing this program, consume Matt Tiffany and have yourself a good poot. Thank you. Did you see that they're trying to bring back physical fitness tests to schools? And did you see who they're appointing into that position? Someone who is on the registry. Yes, literally an offender on the registry who got arrested for not updating their address.
is now going to be working with your children. Fitness. You had to see my face when I like heard about it. I just was like, this is a joke, right? Because y'all have been focusing on trans people being pervs for, which is not true, for like the last, I don't know, ever. And you have now put somebody who is on the registry in the White House to work directly with schools that you have already taken away funding for to then bring back fitness tests. Look over there, look over there, look over there. Release the files, release the Epstein files, release them. You know what's up. Release them. Don't doctor them. Release them. Thank you. Sorry. Let me continue. Continue to fight, my brothers and sisters out there. Continue to fight. I support you. Fuck that 3-letter word. Fuck those folks. Continue to fight. Continue to support. You have every right to be here. Moving on and moving forward. This sad look coming up. Casey, you did my city. Where do I start? I don't want the tulle on it at all. I would much rather it just be the other fabric that's underneath it, and they did something completely different with the tulle. Maybe underneath the dress that it's flowing. Just something else. The way this is done, the way it's shaped, the ace, it's not flattering. It makes her look matronly. It doesn't do anything for her. I hated this. And I was so sad for her because I tried to like it because I'm like, this is my Houston girl. We same town. No. I hate, I'm going to say it. I do really hate that tulle. Do you see this side of, oh my God. Like, why just on one side with it just going down? Oh my God. I'm sorry. It looks bad. It looks sloppy. Everything about it looks a little slop. I just don't like it. Antonio's was better. True. It was. So, I was like, Miss Thing, I know you don't want to go home first, but gag. Now, Joan's look was hard to catch because the editing was so fucking weird for her. It's like, Joan, they played you. Because Shanae's gorgeous. They played you. Because, like, we only saw the full look when she was coming down the stairs. After that, it's like, focus on this piece. Focus on the pant. Focus on her face, shoulders, hand. Then she turns around and all we see is the back. I was like, production, what is going on here? Because you didn't even let us really absorb her look. Because she put a signature piece, that flower on the look. That's one of her signature pieces. I wanted to really dive into this. And it is pretty from what I can see, but it was very hard to get a full shot of this. I was like, damn, let me look at the goddamn outfit. It probably was a lot better than everybody else's too. Shit. But yeah, I thought it was real. It did give mother. It did. She's going to give a little bit. I see she's going to have, that's going to be something they talk about. I will say she redeemed herself, in my personal opinion, with the next episode. I loved her athleisure look. I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. But yeah, first runway was a success. Villains versus princesses. The villains were the winners of the week. And Utica was the winner for the first episode. Congratulations to Utica. But Yuchin was also in the top, literally, after somebody was like, all you have is this and that other, you change it up. Nah, bitch, I'm in the top. Look at that. Stick to your guns, people. Sometimes stick to them. And Utica was given high praises too. They really did enjoy it. But baby, they dragged Jesus. No, they didn't. Law did. I think Law was right on the money. I don't agree with Heidi and I don't agree with Nina here. I thought this actually made her look old, and I hated how her titties looked in this. I thought it was awful. And I thought Jesus was not able to handle the criticism well. Sorry that you didn't like the jacket. And it was the way he did that part.
that bothered me. Because he made sure to have some sort of, it was like it was sharpened a little bit, like very pointed. Well, I'm sorry, Law, you didn't like the jacket. And Law's like, no, I didn't like everything. I hated the whole thing. How about that? Like, girl, who are you talking to? Like, now that you did that, let's go in because you want this. And Law asked for somebody to agree or not, and they weren't. And Law stuck his guns, and I was here for it. I'm also here for Heidi also staying in her lane too and being like, well, bitch, I liked it. So, I mean, but that also is fashion. Not every one of us is going to enjoy the same pieces that other people are going to wear. And that's kind of what fashion is all about. You find what works for you and what makes you happy. You know what I mean? So it made sense, but it was better, in my opinion, than what his brother did on the stage. He was not as about it. He was kind of like shocked, but it was a bit different for the other one. I do feel bad for him a little bit just because you're in the top, but that one person kind of gave you the business, But I think, as we saw in episode 2, he chose to take that energy that Law gave him and push it into proving him wrong versus being like, fuck him and what am I doing here and all that. No, he was like, no, I'm okay. If I'm gonna bring it back. Watch me again. I'm gonna see you next time, sis. I said, okay, Jesus, I appreciated that. Now, when we get to the next group, I'm still shocked. I think that was, you know what? I have to give Antonio some love here. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta give Antonio some love. Baby, I was not prepared. I also think that when his brother went back there and told you know what I mean? I feel like he also geared him up for what was to come. And he already went out there defensively. Like he was defeated a little bit because he was in the bottom of the group. But I guarantee you, and forgive me, Jesus, I am going to pull you into this. I feel like you also told him, yeah, Law was rough. Law he tell me this, that, and the other. So when your brother went out there, he was ready to fight. I'm not trying to like be pointed here, but I do think there was a little bit of a battery put in someone's back prior to even going out there where it was like, you gave my brother the business. You're not about to do me. What you mean I'm in the bottom? Like that kind of tease. Because he didn't know yet he was bottom 3. So it was like finding out that. Then after your brother getting dragged, I felt like he was already ready to like roll up. Like how us, we, and now me. It was a bit annoying. But let's just get to it. So the pink group. Oh, actually, fuck all that. We're not getting there just yet because shit happened. Excuse me. Before we talk about who was in the bottom, let's talk about the fact that Jesus was like, let's have this quick little meeting here because we're all happy to be in the top and all that kind of stuff. And I just got dragged for my outfit. So I'm about to give y'all the energy I was just given because that's exactly what the fuck this was. And it pissed me off. Girl, why are we having this conversation? Well, if we're going to be doing all this, you're going to have to learn how to be a team person because you see what happens with the looks and we're trying to be cohesive together and give this, that, and the other. And then, with you and the way this happened, and it was like, okay, stop. And Yu-Chin was like, you can shut up. Just stop. Stop. I see what you're doing. I already clocked you, girl. I've caught this. You trying to feed this energy onto us. You trying to push all this shit. You got told about your cut. Everything was fine with me. Mind you, Yu-Chin was up there with him. So like he knows how that went down, and you're gonna come back here and focus on BJ for 5. No. Because you were the one trying to tell us all to get your red shit on our stuff. Could have messed us all up. We could have lost this episode. We won. You were in the top, sweetie. You got some critiques, and now we're bringing it back to the group. Fuck all that. I was here for this. It was the child from Jesus I didn't care for. I'm not a fan of people who use Av that don't actually know where, when, why, and how it came from, and so they just sort of take those affectations because they heard some of their little gay friends say some bullshit like that also don't know where it came from. And that little child moment pissed me off. I was like, girl, what is happening here? What was happening? What is happening here? Either way, it was delicious. I enjoyed a little bit of the drama. So while I'm like not on Jesus' side, I'm also very thankful for the tension because it is fun sometimes to see that happen on television. I also like it when they do have resolutions too. But for the first episode, I was like, okay, we got some drama. I like this. Let's continue. Clothes and drama. They work together. Now, Joseph Brian McFellows, I'm kidding, Joseph McCrae, remember that. Antonio and Casey were in the bottom. Casey's trying to not have PTSD, but it's too late because they're back to being in the bottom of the first episode of the season they're on after being asked to come back. Joseph is kind of chill because Joseph kind of did his own thing and sort of just wants to hear feedback. But baby, Antonio is like, I shouldn't be here. Y'all are punking me. What the fuck is wrong with my dress? My dress is gorgeous. Y'all are tripping. We already know what's wrong with Joseph's shit. It really didn't make any sense. Casey's is just ugly. And then when it came to Antonio's, it was more about presentation was the issue. That was too much for him. That man turned beet red. Well, Christian told me, and Christian said, and Christian came back there and messed me all up. I had my own thing. He told me I had a 30-minute dress and all that, like literally trying to throw like as if the only reason I'm sitting up here is because Christian Siriano gave me some advice that really pissed me off. And Christian's just sitting there like, well, yeah, babe, but this is exactly what we're talking about. You didn't even open the coat. You said you had a coat with a dress, so why wasn't it open? Well, you had told me that it didn't look good and I had a short dress. Yeah, girl. But like if you are walking down the runway and she opens the coat and just leaves it on or even has it hang over, it gives two pieces. It gives multiple pieces. Like you made it seem like it was just one piece with this big old fluffy tool and that's it in a scepter. Bing. So that's your fault, not Christian's fault. And I like that Law was clocking it like, girl, why are you making this Christian's fault? And then they had a nasty back and forth. Well, I'm a Gemini. And we don't take critiques well. I'm a Gemini moon. Is that why sometimes I get offended when people tell me things? I was over here like, oh, is that why sometimes I be really hot when someone tell me a little something? I was like, I don't know if I ever was. I'm a Gemini. I'm Latino. We're spicy. It's Christian's fault. That was all up there. It was a whole lot of nastiness. And Law was like, cute. That's cute for you. But all this energy, you trying to go forward to this competition and all that, but it's giving that attitude. And nobody want to work with anybody in the fashion industry with a bad attitude. Nobody wants to work with that. They don't last long. So if that's how you're going to be every time someone has an opinion about your looks, we need to find this out now before we keep going forward. All tea. Like he was pissed. The pointing finger, the full bit. It was ridiculous. Them laughing at him after when he walked away was just so funny to me because it was like, what are we doing here? Like, why? Like, what's the point of this? Like, help me out, sister. Like, hold on, sorry, y'all. My phone picked up a call and that really pissed me off just now because I wasn't trying to answer it because it was a spam call. And it is a spam call. Okay, but yeah, I had to double check the phone number. I'm like, who the fuck is calling me? I feel bad for Casey. It can be full of it. Doesn't mean it's popular and doesn't mean it's accepted and doesn't mean that it, it can work for others, especially those who are in privileged positions in the fashion industry. But if you're new and you're just upcoming and starting, that's not going to work. And you know that. Come on now. This baby talking about, I want to go home. That would have been it for me. As a producer, I shouldn't be here anymore because someone told me that my shit wasn't great. I got criticism about my outfit. This isn't for me. I can't do this. Send her home. Take him out. You don't want to be here because you got criticism? She got dragged. Casey got dragged to Kingdom Come. You had positive critiques. She had nothing. Nothing positive came out for her. You feel me? I thought that was ridiculous. It's like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, to be fair, had you sat there and received the critiques that you got, Antonio, and let's say you didn't get spicy back with them, I guarantee you they were never, ever, ever going to send you anywhere. I think they just wanted to shake you up because you were really feeling your shit, and they wanted you to know, hey, this is about presentation for you versus like the actual garment. Because once it was all together, it's fine. But Casey, oh no, Casey saw the writing on the wall now. It was very, they could send him home over me because he was an asshole, or I'm just going to go because my shit wasn't cute. I wish they would show who goes home at the end of the episode. I do not like that we have to wait for the next episode. I don't like that at all. I miss that about Project Runway. Remember the edit when it was like, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, no. And they're like leaving and they're getting their shit together. Then they hit the light on their workstation. I miss that. I miss that a lot. And I don't like that they have them leaving at the beginning of the episode for the next episode. I don't like that. I was like, oh God, we have to wait to see who goes home every week. The following week, no. Just I hate that shit. I'm sorry. That's stupid. It's kind of like, oh man, we gotta wait. Shout out to Risky Thought. Thank you for subscribing to my Patreon. And shout out to Virginia. I love your name. It feels very author-ish. Not Jake Hay Rowling. Please tell me y'all saw Jinx Monsoon and Z-Way's interview. That was the greatest thing I've seen in a long time. And the fact that Jinx was in character the entire time, and people probably thought she was really sloppy drunk. No, she was playing a character the whole time and then went into Judy Garland, like right at the part where they talked about Snatch Game. It was brilliant to see. It was so much fun to watch that. People thought she was really drunk. I was like, no, Z-Way wants them to troll. That's kind of the idea. And it's funny when the people don't know what's going on and then they get on there and they do a Z-Way thing and she's just gagging them. The idea is to come in there and beat her at her own game for the interview. That's what's his name? Jacob Haran. Is that his name? I forget my boy, the thick dude with the glasses. He knew what he was doing. That was one of my favorites too, as well as of course, Jinx Monsoon, but there was another one I thought was really, really good. Like, you have to get her back. You almost want to break her because she's trying to break you while she's doing this interview. And she wants to get you. That. But thank you for the love. Appreciate it. Caleb. Thank you. Caleb. Yeah. Nerdy Nick. As a fashion design who went to school for this, he was giving first year. Oh, I always wondered if I just didn't listen to my dad or I was more rebellious when I was younger, if I could have just like gone and done these things. I wish I was a little bit more courageous when I was younger. Because once I got out of school, I went into broadcast journalism because I always wanted to be on television and do something with like having my own talk show. But I also wanted to do fashion. I wanted to do dance. I wanted to be all in the arts. And I think about that all the time. Like, if I had just went there. But it's okay, because I still sketch. And I do have a sewing machine, if y'all remember. I did buy one. It's in the closet right now. So Lord knows, one of these days, I'm going to finally just sit down and just start going at it. That's the Libra in me. It's never too late. It's true. True that. Because what if I got on Drag Race in my 40s? That'd be funny. I eat up everybody. Okay, let's move on. All right, so we're now into episode 2. Again, this is a 2-episode premiere. If you haven't seen this show just yet, it is Project Runway Season 21. You can watch on Disney Plus and Hulu, or if you have cable, it's on Freeform, satellite as well, wherever Freeform is at.
Thank you for tuning in. We're on to episode 2 now. My name is Matty-Rants. We're having a great time today. Happy Friday to all of you. Hope you're feeling blessed and not stressed, whatever may be going on. Wherever you're at in the world, whether the USA or across the pond, Southern Hemisphere or Northern Hemisphere, I hope you're feeling love and I hope you're feeling good today. And I'm sending you nothing but that awesome energy. And I thank you for choosing me today. And whether we agree or not on whatever we're talking about, I got nothing but love and respect for you. And I wish nothing but the best for all of you because you're amazing people. God bless. So we need a Project Runway unzipped. We do. I want exit interviews and all that. I want the full shabam. I do, to be very honest with you, because this season's got character. They got people on here with energy, and everyone's different. So I'm like, yeah, let's pump that up. But yes, thanks again for tuning in. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. I'm getting really close to this goal right now, and this is fucking amazing. So again, thanks to Virginia, thanks to Jermaine, thanks to Drew. Thank you, DW, for the super chat. I'm so sorry I did not give the sticker some time, but I needed to. I love you, friend. I'll see you next week. We'll go see Fantastic Four, because I may go see Weapons with somebody. I may. I don't know. We'll see. It depends. We'll see. I don't know. Probably. Knowing my life and the way my dating life and everything has been going, yeah, probably not. Probably not. Matter of fact, let me knock on wood real quick, because let me give myself a little bit of grace, Matthew. I'm not horrible. I'm pretty cool. But also my world's in a little bit of a toilet swirling the drain. But anywho, our bottom two, because Joseph wasn't really in any trouble, if we're going to be honest here, is Antonio and Casey. As a producer, I'm not going to get rid of Antonio. As a human being, I'm getting rid of him. I don't want that energy around us. Let your brother be the one, because again, he was already on the show. He literally took the critiques a lot better than you. You clearly can't handle this. Humble him now. Humble him right now. As a producer, in my mind, he gonna cause more problems. He gonna get the people to wake up. He's gonna say something that's gonna piss somebody off. He will be good as drama. Keep him a couple more episodes. Maybe he'll have a moment where he turns it around, and now we can write his story as from asshole to good dick. Possibly. So I was like, okay, I can see why they kept him. Casey, I feel so bad for, though. But it's also one of those moments where it's like, you have been given a second chance to come back on this show, just like Jesus has been given a second chance to come back on the show. And the first round is imperative for you, especially as an early out. He told you not to do the asymmetrical, and you did not want to leave that aesthetic. And I think, Casey, that was the time to really play it safe by listening to Christian and just sort of going with the grain, and then getting to what you love later, in a sense. And they do this with Drag Race too, and this also happens with other reality TV shows, when the host or a judge always tells them to do something and then they don't apply it, and it always screws them over. It's like, no, I'm going to keep it this way. Okay, sometimes they can sell the garment the way they were supposed to, and then the vision is there. It is not often, though, and I just felt bad because Casey seemed like a sweetheart. You don't want to be eliminated first. Both times you were on the show. Is that the first time that's happened in Project Runway history? It might have been. I don't know. I mean, you may have. Hey, it could be the first for the projects of the runs. The first of the projects of the runs is wild, and I received that. I am so sorry. First of the projects of the runs. God bless you, Casey. But you see what I'm saying? They just walk out the room. There's still lighting. It's not dark. There's no turn off the light, and that's it. I hate it. I think maybe they have a different producers too, because it's with ABC and it's not. Well, it's with Disney specifically, and it's not with Bravo, even though Viacom, I think, is under. Isn't Viacom under Disney? I can't remember. No, is that Buena Vista? Is Buena Vista still a thing?
Let me look this up. Hold on. Matthew, because we're not going to ask AI. We're going to go on Google and do this like, a millennial. Okay. Is Viacom a part of Disney? Thank you. It's not. It's CBS. So now I get it. Now I get it. They can't do everything the same. Aha. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Let me double check that real quick. So Viacom is CBS. Disney is with I wonder what this. I'll do that. That's not for this show. I'm like, well, my brain wanting to deep dive a little bit more. Like, let me start looking up these companies and see who's attached to who. Bye, Casey. I'm sad you went home first, but you still represented H-Town. We love you, baby girl, and I wish her nothing but success in her career, as long as you voted for the right person. Anywho, Christian Siriano then comes into the into the backstage area, congratulating Utica, but also presenting their or sort of letting them know what their next challenge is going to be like, which I thought was cool, and that Utica gets a power going into next episode, and that is Utica can take one person off of their team because they're going to keep the fashion houses and switch it with somebody else from the other side. They can keep the team that they have or remove one and replace with another. Needing more attention from all of us and playing up their twin cards, even though they're extremely annoying, they're ready for their redemption. One will get it. The other is going to be humbled again. And it's why I was like, damn, I kind of felt bad for it a little bit. I can't stand the dude, but it was also like, ooh, shit. Like, ooh. They said you're in the top. However, you had the worst look of the week, and say you were in the other team, you probably would be up for elimination. But no, it's athleisure, y'all. I'm an athleisure guy. That's me. I'm an athleisure person. Y'all better know it. I wear those Adidas track pants damn near every day. I love athleisure wear. I'm also really active right now, and I work out constantly. Sometimes I work out twice a day. So for me, I like wearing gym clothes that actually can be something I can wear to the store and not look like a slob. Sometimes even going to a bar during like the early evening parts and just grabbing a cocktail and it's still looking clean and decent. And trust, there are a lot of people that will still rock track suits to this day. I love athleisure. Oh, it's Adidas. Down. I'm an Adidas dude. Oh, absolutely. Oh. Give me a superstar with a prime blue black straight cut pant with a fitted black top and a jacket. Oh, please. Absolutely. I will push the motherfucker through down. Oh, what's my least favorite? Even though there are some pieces that they very much have trickled into like the cheaper stores, like, Ross and all that. I have a thing about Champion a little bit. It looks weird. That logo is so obnoxiously big. That big ass C where it looks like a fucking D with a red in it. It looked wild to me. It's not my favorite. I do have some Champion sweatpants over there that look, they're hot, but they don't have a giant Champion on it. Anytime the logo is so obnoxiously like, pow, I'm not a fan of that. I like it when it seems like very simple and clean. But I'm always looking for new like athleisure and not sportswear, but athleisure wear to wear around because I like to be comfortable. I don't care. I'm a Texan through and through. I love jeans. I love sweats. I love track jackets and track suits. I'm that guy, and I will not be. You will not shame me. I look good in it. When you got a booty like me and legs like mine, you're going to be wearing sweatpants. When you are shaped for it, oh yes, I'll be rocking the trust. I have pulled many in the, no, I'm just playing, but yeah. So hold on. Champion will forever give Payless. They've got a couple more things out there that I've seen. They're not the worst. Maybe Reebok. I think Reebok may be on a more of a lower level than
champion, to be honest with you. I haven't liked anything Reebok's given in a long time. That and Asics. It's not for me. You know who has a good athleisure line for their store? It's not Target, but it's a company that works with Target. They have some nice stuff there that I have seen. It's kind of cool. Nick, don't remind me. I was one of the only people who didn't get not one piece of Ivy Park, not one. And Blake's got all of it, and I wanted it so bad I couldn't afford it at the time. Shit, there was a time where I could afford it, but it was already gone. But yeah, if Beyonce ever do something like that again, I will never mess up. Like for real, like real talk. Everybody, let's give Mario some love. We got to show Mario a little bit of love today. I know it's been really difficult, sweetie, and I'm not quite sure why you're exactly upset and you think that this is the way to do it. And I'm not a girl, but I do appreciate you for stopping by and listening to me talk. It's a live recap, so that can go on for as long as possible. And we definitely just got to the second episode. So, but I appreciate you for stopping on in here. You will not have a voice again, but I thank you for stopping on in here, if you will. And I hope you get a couple of them. Oh no, you're not doing this channel anymore. Okay, so you try to have a YouTube channel and then you stop posting videos because you only got 54 views at the highest. But you still make posts on your channel. So that's cool. That's cool. I hope it gets better for you. You should honestly continue and try to do some gaming videos. I would really work on you not expressing your opinions the way you do on other people's channels and being as nasty as this is, because this will always be up. This video will be up and your comment will stay. And now everyone knows you're a complete dick. So I hope you feel better though, babe. And thanks for stopping by. Poor girl. We're going to pray for Mario because Mario on some stuff. What a thing. Sounded like Jimmy, didn't he? Sounded just like Jimmy. All right, so moving on. They got to sit down, okay? They got to sit down, do this little yoga bit. You already know they sort of play with this just a tad bit, very much that. All that kind of good stuff. And Utica had to make the decision of, hey, what do we want to do? Who are you going to mix up and how are you going to change this? Utica's thinking between VJ and Jesus. VJ and Jesus. VJ and Jesus. Now, who would you want to have sent home? I mean, not sent home, low key. But who would you have wanted to trade if you were Utica? Would you have got rid of Jesus, who was in the top for the team, but they were kind of combative with everybody and the energy was bringing it down? Or would you have sent VJ over to the other side because VJ honestly didn't want to work with anybody? They were kind of quiet, a little bit standoffish. And as a fashion house and as a, like, you know, trying to do something that's cohesive and together, you would want someone who's a team player. I'd be conflicted. Because I'd want to have Jesus on my team because I know he has the ability to make something really great, but I don't want to have to deal with arguing with him consistently over and over and over and over and having him always like question what I'm doing. It would piss me the fuck off. VJ is quiet, so at least I know they're going to do their job. And no shade, I don't see them sending me home over somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, if we're in the bottom and VJ up there and it's me, I know my look going to eat her. So whatever. I probably would want to move Jesus over to his brother too. I think that Utica is saying the comment about, I want the twins to work together, but I want to see how they're going to do. I want to see y'all put your money where your mouth is. I'm like, oh, Utica. You know, they love to humble girls on reality TV. Why did you say that? I was proud of Utica because they're doing really well, but it was just shit. I was like, no. And he traded Jesus for Madeline. Now, as much as we all can agree that we wanted to move Jesus over to the other team, Madeline would not have been my pick. I think Utica picked the person who was the opposite of Jesus in terms of volume and as far as like giving opinions. And he felt that Madeline was definitely more quiet and very much a team player versus the other one who's going to be trying to be the lead and the star of the show. But then I'm looking at the outfits next to each other. I am so sorry. I am not sorry. Jesus outfit looks so much better than Madeline's. I was like, no. I was like, no. This is a wild trade. But maybe it'll work out. Maybe it's something. But yeah, Utica wanted silence. She wanted quiet. She wanted to be able to work. All that. Matty, do you watch the Roscoes for this? No, I didn't. Wait, Utica. Wait, whoa. There was a Roscoe's viewing party for Project Runway? Because didn't they say they were going on break like they always do for draft? Wait, hold the fuck. What? Because I know Utica and Twink Trash are doing something. I know that much. Yeah, that I do know. Utica and Twink Trash are doing something, but the other one. Yeah. Oh, it was? What? Oh, it's hosted by Brooklyn. What? Oh, that's cool. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Okay. That's cool. I will tune in now. I'll tune in now. I will tune in now. I'm taking my time now because I feel like it. This is my channel and I do what I want. I'm a big boy now. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Come for this Rant Pack family. I'm not for everyone, but I'm for a great group of people. God bless. If you want to drop a little bit of love in my jar, please and thank you. It's paypal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $Rants, and Venmo, Matty-Rants. Oh, they only did episode 1? Oh, okay. All right, so challenge 2 of 10. Again, I kind of like that they keep the numbers up. It's like elimination 1 out of 9, challenge 2 out of 10. It's a good way for us to keep track of what's going on, especially as ADHD people out there. Workout to weekend, activewear. It's a 1-day challenge. The idea is to have some sort of athleisure look. Again, they're in fashion houses, so it needs to be cohesive, but it needs to transition from the gym to errands, to an event or something like that. And not an event that's black tie specifically, but events where you may be like a day party and it's on a rooftop. You could be really hot, so you have something really cute that you're wearing that's athleisure, but it's also clean and cut, and you can be around those set people. Like not too much of a dress code, but still enough to where it looks polished, all that kind of stuff. Oh, it was a one-time special? Oh, okay. Oh, I agree. They do need an untucked, unzipped. I think unzipped is perfect. I think unzipped would be the right sort of way if they're going to do sort of an untucked bit, but maybe something else like a play on tulle or fabric or whatever. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, I like this challenge. I thought it was cool. Again, they've already switched the teammates up. Let's start it up. Let's continue. Let's go. Alicia Scott, VP and head designer. I was like, VP? And she's the head designer? Why is she? That's their business. Now, we have Team Lotus and we have Team Burn. Team Lotus is with the twins. I'm going to tell you right now, these 3 over here that was with these folks, they were not about to be, they very much stood their ground. But they also work with the fabric because in reality, once they put the color palette together, it was like, well, this actually does make sense. It was a bit different than the Princess episode with that look in particular. That was a tad bit different because that was completely like, okay, we have this, bam, and then that. No. For here, we've got everybody actually using the fabric that you chose. I actually kind of like the fabric too. It wasn't ugly. I was like, okay, this is getting annoying though, because if we're going to still be in team challenges, and I pray that they stop this very soon.
I know they normally go through like 3 or 4 episodes where it's like they're all in groups, but sometimes they switch it up and they go back to being individual challenges and they go back to groups. I don't want this to be too long though, because this would drive me nuts if I'm always having to work with the same people who are very hard to work around, or at least let my visions be seen, because I may not want to work with that kind of fabric. And now we have to, because you're making this a big deal. And your brother being on the same team, you're always going to have another person to vote for you, and we're going to have to like come together to always like, yeah, no that would drive me fucking nuts. So I was concerned for them, but it got together. But Bellania, that's my baby. I was ready to see her push on through. And Joan, they gave you twin overload, and Joan's also one of my favorites as well. I like Joan. I'm concerned though that at one point we're going to get to, is this matronly? Because she's good for a good nasty coat, a big old coat. Alex finding out about her background, and of course putting together a look. You know, Utica loves Alex a lot. I'm like, damn, she might be going home because they hated this look. And we get to find out more about, you know, Antonio. It was not Antonio, but Angelo, right? Hold on, did I mess that up? I don't think I did. Oh, I didn't know they spent $14 million on this season and they filmed it in New Jersey. I don't know how that popped up. That was kind of crazy. I can do, never mind. We don't got to explain ourselves. Because I just read some comment talk about you doing this. Girl, get out of here. I was concerned for Joseph. I'm so glad this got pulled through. I'm not going to lie, because the skirt, to me, I was like, bitch, what is happening with this top? With this, mama, I was concerned because I wanted Joseph to do well here, but we gonna get there. I'm glad Christian gave him some advice, and he took it this time. But Joseph is actually a key when he's not telling people to say his full name. The thing is that I think Christian knew how everyone was doing and looked at Utica like, you're doing great. How is your team? Because that's how I took Christian for this episode. It was like, you know, this looks fine, but let's talk about everybody else on the team right now. He was really trying to give them some advice. It's also weird that Alex and Angela were kind of sitting next to each and making the exact same pair of pants. Not, I shouldn't say exact, but very similar, like a wide leg pant. It was weird. I also thought it was crazy that he did this all white look. It was wild to me. Did y'all like that? I'm sorry. I thought that was such a, like, okay, black and red, yeah, and then white's incorporated, but like all, like the full thing, like it's nothing but that. I thought that was crazy. I was expecting some sort of color on it. I was like, what the fuck is this? But Alex, when I heard her say, I want to incorporate my Japanese heritage, and I work with kimonos and I do different things with it into this athleisure look, I knew it's going to be bad for baby girl. It's going to be bad for baby girl. I just thought of something very trolly I'm going to do after this video. So I hope the rest of you see what I do afterwards. It's going to be fun. Oh, goodness. Now, Jesus is still thinking about Utica not picking them. And of course, you know, they're going to regret their decision. I think whether or not Utica moving you over to the other group, or regardless of them being in the bottom, I think Utica's piece was more important than winning that week. Just saying. I think Utica was kind of okay, even with being in the bottom. It's like, I'd rather that than anything else. VJ, no shade. I thought this was going to be a completely different look, and I hated how you styled it, but we'll get there.
Also, I was very happy that we finally got back to the actual runway for Project Runway, and we weren't sitting somewhere in some grand hallway and some shit. I was like, thank you. Maybe I can see the looks better. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Sarah Foster is our guest judge, co-founder of Favorite Daughter. And now let's get into the looks. House of Burn is first. Chop. 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 This looks like it looks like it came from Yeezy. No shade. This dead ass looks like it came from that collection. This is. I was like, that's it? This is what we getting? All right. I appreciated the puckering that they did, like with the stitching in the way that looked. Like this is cool, but it also reminds me of an oven mitt. A tad bit. Reminds me a little bit of an oven mitt. I don't like it. It's a chop for me. Hated it. They just took like thread and stitched it in and like basically pinched the fabric so that way it would give a design tease, DW. And they were doing it around the front area, like with the pocket and shit. And it's cool. It's a chop. It's so basic. It's cardboard, but not. Yuchen's, oh my God. Okay, the jacket is stellar. I like the jacket. I hate that skirt with an infinite fucking passion. I hate these boots. Hate the boots. Hate the styling with this. Hate the skirt. Love the jacket. Hate the skirt. Hate it. Alex's look. A corset for athleisure is kind of hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, especially how that corset looked, where it was like brick. Oh, it was bad. The pants I thought were cute in the front, not the back. Oh, that back's bad. The jacket wasn't bad either. It just didn't. I didn't read athleisure from this at all. I did not. That corset threw me the fuck off. I was like, girl, what is happening? And she's got it. They've got. It's 2 weeks in a row this model has been in the bottom with the look that she's wearing, and I'm wondering if the people who are making the clothes, I don't know if maybe they're fucking up her styling, maybe something else is going with that, but she's gorgeous. She deserves better. No shade. A body suit or something underneath it with the jacket and the pants, so that way she could take it off and have her leotard or something to work out in. But a corset, and then she's like in the sauna, she can take off the. What? I was like, Alex, no, baby girl, no, baby girl. This is crazy. This is the back of the pant. Whew, that seam is fucking wild. It is wild. Wow, bro. It's like crack, and then like here comes like the cavern. I can't do it today. That back was so bad, baby. I was like, oh no, she's probably going home. This is probably her last day. Woo! That back was a mess, Madison. Jesus Christ. Okay, so the girl who I thought was actually going to be giving us nonsense and bullshittery, I thought it wasn't that bad. It was Angeline. Keep on fucking her name up. I want to say Angelica so bad. Why do I want to say Angelica? Madeline. It wasn't even Angeline, Matthew. Madeline. Calling that girl Angeline. Who is Angeline? This wasn't bad. I didn't hate it. It was simple. I also think the model really just be pushing, to be honest with you. Yeah, I kind of hated that they did, as much as I love black and white and red. Those are my school colors, for crying out loud. I like them together. Something about this did feel a little dead space. Video game reference. This wasn't bad. Hate the shoes, but like
was like, okay, I can see what this is supposed to be, where this is going, you know? Like, I totally get it, but can we talk about BJ's dress? Did y'all hate this? I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I hated that she wore some fucking tennis shoes with this shit. I was gagged. I was like, what? Okay, I know you want this to be in the athleisure collection, and it gives something athletic because you have all of the with shoestring laces going through all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see what this is giving, and I love the dress. I just didn't like how she styled it, and it's not the assignment. It's not athleisure, because I'm like, how is she going to work out in this? What is she doing for the workout? Is Mariah Carey working out? Maybe Mariah Carey is in this outfit, and she's on the treadmill, not in the flat, but like, yeah. It gave more streetwear athletic. Like, yeah, I didn't think this was ugly. The tampon comment caught me off guard. It did. She's like, what y'all think of the strings at the bottom? It doesn't give, y'all think it gives tampon? I was like, oh my God, I'm not even thinking about that. But now that I'm looking, no, I was thinking to myself, with the strings that they did put through them, and that's a lot of work, and that's dope. So shout out to VJ for that. I wonder if there was some sort of difference, like in the colors, and it wasn't just white, or it was like the opposite of the colors that, you know, like for the red panel, it's a black string. For the black panel, it's a red string. And even me saying that now, I don't think that helps. I was okay with this dress. I'm sorry. I was okay with it, but it didn't feel like it fit the challenge for me. I was like, it's not, I don't hate it, but I don't know where this fits in the collection outside of it being black and red with white. And I don't get the hair too. That nothing about the hair reads she's going to do something active. You know, the idea is to go from the gym to something in the day. The hair is a fool. It's like, girl, she's not going to the gym looking like that to take pictures. Yes. Is she Dorit Kemsley? Like, I don't know. No, Dorit would never wear nothing like that. But I think it did need to be a two-piece and maybe a I almost said skirt. I want to take that back. But no, let's move on. Ethan, who is Utica's outfit, was the best of the group by leaps and bounds. It was very chic. It was simple, but it was gorgeous. I love this panel on the side right here and how it goes out. It gives it flow. It gives it volume. I thought it was dope. The hat, even, it made sense because, like, again, she was at the gym. She was working out. Maybe that piece that was on there when she was working out wasn't on there. And then when she was going to she had to go meet up for like a meeting or something real quick. And she was running late. She could just put that on and it gives it a little bit extra. You know what I mean? It makes it seem more, I hate to say intelligent, but yes, it makes it seem like it's outside of the gym and we've gone into another look. So I thought Utica's looked peed. It was very simple, but it was super chic and it was very well fitted. Fit very well. Love that panel on the side. The model was giving. I was here for it. I loved it. I was like, this is actually fire. Now, moving on to Team Lotus, and this being one of our favorite twins, I'm bullshitting you. Antonio, they said this was the least favorite of the group, and they made sure to tell him that before he walked off the stage. Jeremiah, I don't disagree with that. I think Utica would have been in the top 3 if they weren't doing this team-wise. Personally, they would have definitely wanted to talk to her about the look, and it would have been up there probably with both Jesus and I'm going to say either Bellamina or Joseph, because Joseph's look was giving too. I like Joseph's look, but they hated this. For me, I don't see athleisure. I see him wanting to use his fabric and only his fabric, and then making everybody else just incorporate the fabric that he wanted to use. So this I got to do what I wanted to do, and everybody else had to work around it. And thank God I was on a team with my brother because we were able to voice our opinions loud enough to where it was the case, and they just didn't want to fight because they already saw what happened last week. It's not ugly. I didn't think this is ugly. I don't find it ugly. I just don't see, especially the pant, I don't see it for the pant. I don't see it. Not the pant. I see it for the top. Do not like that sleeve. It's so fucking random. I love the top. Hate the sleeve. Pants don't make sense. Pants would be cute with something else though. And a heel. And a solid top that's not the same print as the pant. So I like it in individual pieces. There we go. For different, individual pieces for different categories is what I would look at this for. But this is a lot. I was just like, oh, no. Girl, I like this. I like this. I did. Bellania, I like this. I did. I liked it. That skirt was cute. At first, I wasn't like, when it came down, I was like, But then I'm looking at how the top looks like with the mesh fabric and the skirt and the fact that it can be zipped all the way up and you have the shorts underneath. I was like, oh, that would be puss. And then you could put the skirt back on top and then go somewhere else out, take the hat off and be like, I was like, okay, this is cute. It is cute. I liked it. She did that. I was like, okay. Love the zipper in the front. I thought Joan gave. I know she was safe, but I like Joan's outfit. Kind of, sort of, a little bit, a lot of. She did something a little bit different too, because the mesh was incorporated, but she still kept in the printed fabric that Antonio made them use. And I like that there's zippers in the front. It kind of reminded me of the breakaway, not joggers, but the track pants. My Adidas is coming back up in me. It reminds me of those breakaway pants a little bit, but different. It's really cool. I kind of like the top and how this looked together. It was interesting. And I like that this went after Bellania's. That's why it made sense. I was like, I'm getting the cohesion there. It's moving, it's shaking, it's doing something. I liked it. I have to give Joseph credit. This is cute. I'm sorry. This was cute. The little, come on, put the little hat on top, It's giving me, the bra was actually fire. I was like, okay, the jacket was gorgeous. The skirt looked cute with it. Mama's legs were baby oiled down for no reason. I was here for it. I did. I was like, this is actually fucking cute. Love it, love it, love it. And the model was eating it up low key. Yeah, it was actually fire. I'm glad he listened to Christian, but he also stuck to his guns. And you know what else I like too is that when the look itself, the moment it hit, boom, this is Heidi. We know who that is. The branding, the signature. I was like, all right, Joe, I see you, Joe McCray. I see you, Joseph McCray. I said, all right. This is what he wanted, that branding, that this is mine and no one else can take it from me. If you see this look, it came from me. That is his goal, and I'm glad it went the way it did. So I'm watching Joseph. I'm hoping the best for him, too. I like him. I have to give it to Jesus. This was puss. Come on, Arm. Jesus ate this, low-key. Would I have gave him the win? But I did like this a lot. I was like, the jacket's cute. The top underneath, we don't even need to see the full bit of it. Just keep it the way it is. The pants were gorgeous. Oh, I love the pants so much. I was like, oh, those pants are nice. I would not have said this is the winner, but I did like this a lot. And it was, for me, the redemption moment he needed from the first episode, where Law took something out of it and didn't like how it was styled and fit together, but he's like, okay, let me work on that, let me do that, and he presented, and I like that. He took the critiques, he actually applied it, and he pushed through. So I was like, okay. Oh, Sparkling Alien, I don't like him at all, or his brother. They can chew on rocks for all I care. But I'm starting to see that Jesus may be the person who, from the brothers themselves, you understand what I'm saying, because he's on reality TV, he's not trying to put on as much, because Antonio gives me put on. I think for him, and it's also a bigger deal for him too, because this is his second chance. It's not the first time. I've been trying for 15 years. I've been owed this, like it feels with Antonio. I was eliminated. I was young. I had no idea what I was doing. I'm trying this again. I may be a little bit of a hothead, but I got to take what they're saying and I want to apply it. So I really do like this Jesus. I pray to God the rest of the season is not going to be like the first episode because that was annoying. So I was like, I'm here for this portion of the story. Just don't drive down that road again of being an asshole because it was really tiring. I'm telling you. But those pants were fire. I was like, yes, the pants are fire. The jacket's cute. Love it. Like, they are very annoying. But again, this is just the first 2 episodes. So I'm assuming that, you know, people are just happy to be there. Oh, Tito, thank you for the super chat. You know what? We need to give the twins their own show so they can feel their oats. And then they can find out how quickly the show gets canceled. And we already went through a conceited gay show. Tito, you say that. But I feel the West Hollywood crowd would eat them up with their chows and girls and all of that. I feel they would really appreciate it. Just like the Friends of West Hollywood. As a matter of fact, they should put the show on right after Drag Race, cut a couple of Drag Race minutes off, and put it right after that. Anywho, Team Lotus is the winner this week. Congratulations to them. I don't think they make good TV, Casey. What I will say, though, is I think they're necessary. Because I would have been bored. You feel me? Like, as much as I am annoyed by them and they piss me off, I also go, you are needed. You are very necessary. You challenge the other people in this room to wake up and deal with conflict. That is a real thing that happens with people every day. It's not sunshines and roses, and it's cool. And y'all are hotheads. I just want them to be, they feel so cocky. That's my issue with them, is the very cockiness of it. And then when we see the outfit, it's like, girl, now what is this? And then you're like, how dare you say I'm in the bottom? I'm like, bitch, look at your shit. Be very real now. But also, I get it's your work too. You're going to be proud of it. You know, my Libra's cooking in. They just get on my nerves. I know some people don't want to hear that because they're fans of them. I already had some randos pop up in here trying to, like, you know, stir up the chat, but it's my opinion. It's my channel. Fuck off. But also, I appreciate y'all being in the chat today. Just, you need to insult me, do it. As long as you leave a comment. Thanks. I will take it. All engagement. But before Antonio left, and I kind of like that Heidi did this, but I also thought to myself, I think you did this to remind him to, you had to make sure to check him real quick. I don't even know why you had to do it, but they were like, before you leave, we wanted to let you know that you had the lowest scores out of everybody in the group. Okay, y'all can exit the stage. I was like, damn. It was the silence. Did you see Heidi's face? She said it and then was like, you can leave now. Thank you. We'll talk to the other designers. All right, let's start with the one we know who this is. I was like, fuck. And it was Heidi. With law, it was Heidi that did that shit. That's why I was like, okay, everybody. But Joseph McCrae, Jesus, and Melania are the top 3 of the week in this group for Lotus. I do agree with this. I thought Joseph's look was great. I thought Jesus's pants were fabulous. It was a nice look. Melania's was my favorite, but story-wise, especially for Jesus, again, being a former contestant, having the week that he had last week, applying the corrections, as well as what Christian said, this, that, and the other, and also being very much in the challenge of athleisure from day to night, that sort of bit. This is where it needed to go. Plus, his model is everything. She is fire. Live for her. And I'm glad he received it. And I was happy for Jesus, low-key. And Law said, you know what? You shut me up. And Law gave him all the praise. You know what I'm saying? And then also what was really cool about his pants, did you see that shit? He was able to make it an open leg pant and straight leg. Zip it down, straight leg, unzip it, open flare. I thought that was fire. I was like, I didn't even notice that detail. That is amazing. Loved it. So Jesus winning did make sense to me. Also for the Utica storyline of Utica trading Jesus to the other team and working with his brother, and then Jesus winning, and then Utica coming back, but Utica did good. I was like, this is TV, everybody. This is television. Television down. It's good, but that was very television. I was like, the girl who was like, I want to see you do something, now is in the bottom. After last week, the other ones were trying to be the leaders and were being a little bit rude. I was like, okay, I see what's oh, but Jesus is the winner. Congratulations to you. Also to Joseph and Belania. Those were really great looks. Now, when we get to the bottom, Utica kind of got dragged unnecessarily, in my opinion, because they loved Utica's outfit and they praised it. But when Law said, I think that you were okay because you knew your outfit was better and you didn't give a fuck that your team looked like trash, like you weren't leading it, like you did this intentionally on purpose. I was like, Law, Law, come back, Law, come back. Please come back. I'm begging you. Because my God, I was like, is it that deep? Utica was having flashbacks to who should go home and why. I know, right? Because she didn't want to throw anybody under the bus, and they wanted her to. And when Utica didn't do that, Law was like, well, now it's on you. Because clearly, you over here saying no one did wrong is like, but was Law wrong? You want to know why he wasn't wrong, Ryla? Because Utica was literally in their confessional. Like, I know my look's going to be great, but I'm not sure about my team. It's like, well, what are you doing to help them? And then you have VJ over here talking about, I think we all didn't want to have a team leader. We just wanted to work by ourselves. Girl, you're in a fashion house. You're in a collection, a cohesive. I was like, okay, I see where this is going. Law gave him business, but maybe that needed to light a fire under Utica's ass. We'll see. So the bottom three is Alex. I swear, I'm just double checking to make sure I'm not saying this baby's name wrong. I feel like I am. I knew I was right. Yes. Alex, Angelo, and VJ. AAV. All we're missing is an E, and we're going there. The guest judge hated VJ's look. Everybody else kind of was okay with what VJ gave. Even Heidi was like, I'd wear this, but they were just some, it didn't go with the category. It's like you just made a dress, that's it, and then gave her some ugly ass shoes. You should have had her in a pump, and it actually would have been a lot nicer to see. It still would have been the category, but what is this? Angelo, they were like boring, just pure white. There's not enough going on. There's no drama. It's not doing what it needs to do. He does do menswear, but they're like, you could have played with this a bit more. They dragged Alex. Poor girl, they dragged her down. They said them pants is a fool. One person liked the jacket a little bit. The explanation behind the corset was laughed at, if you will. It's like, why? Law said, don't piss on me and call it rain. Girl, what you mean she gonna be in the sauna because the corset helps her to, what? I felt bad. I like Alex a lot too. I'm afraid because if she gets eliminated, I'm gonna hate that. I did kind of want to see more of her stuff. They showed some of her works. You know how they do the whole, my name is Alex and this is that. Her works were beautiful. Her past, designs that she did, gorgeous. I just was like, oh no, you got dragged. Angelo didn't get dragged. He was, they told him they gave him the business, but he wasn't dragged like that. And BJ had some positive feedback, but it was very hard to find some light with Alex's look. And it's wild because if you think about it, Utica is like, I love Alex so much, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And it's like, well, like how Law said, maybe that's somebody you could have told you might want to do something a little bit different. I mean, but maybe Utica liked it. I don't know. That back of that pant was hideous. It was hideous, if you will. So we will not know until next week who goes home. Again, it's on Disney Plus, Hulu, and for cable people, it's Freeform. Okay. Some of you may be new to my channel, like that punk that just came in through here was, and that other, whatever the hell that thing is too, that popped up in here trying to be funny. But I do long-winded reviews. These are live reviews, live recaps, reviews, whatever. It can go as long as I want it to, whether I'm recapping it or reviewing it. But I'm long-winded. And as a matter of fact, just to be real clear up in here, this would be line, what is that? 4, grab your libations and strap in. Maddie's a talker. You may be here for a while. So you were warned. You were warned. And needing to tell me anything about myself, I'm pretty clear with my mirror. We good. Get your channel up. Mind your fucking business. Watch your mouth. But also, we're here to have a good time today. So you coming into a live chat and being nasty is absolutely unnecessary. I would ask you to really evaluate who you are as a person and how you truly feel about yourself if you try to come to other people's channels and make them feel bad about whatever they do. I talk as long as I want to. Recap, review, reaction. But I had a great time with y'all today. This was so much fun. And I love Project Runway. It's one of my favorite shows growing up, as well as just now. Because for me, I did take a break. I did let it go. I did not like the newer seasons with the new judges and blah, 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 blah. I was like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Oh, no, Tito, I'm changing the title. Do you want to know what the title name is going to be now? Because I want to make sure everybody knows before they get here, right? For the Marios of the world, the simple thinkers. The new title will be Project Runway, Season 21, Episode 1 and 2, Long-Winded Recap. Okay, that's the new title, Long-Winded Recap, because I need them to know. You're going to be here. You can see how long the video is, but you'll know in the title too. So just to be clear, it'll be long-winded. No. And I may go off topic. No. And I'm okay with that. I am getting another job. So if the girls are like, well, you're not, I'm aware of that, but I also want to do what I want to do. Because I love my channel and I want to just do the things that make me happy and not be, a slave to somebody. So yes. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. We'll be here every Friday talking about Talking about Project Runway. And I'm excited for that. So yeah, make sure you watch it again. Disney Plus, Hulu, or if you have cable, it's on Freeform. It comes on Thursday nights on Freeform, Friday mornings on Disney Plus and Hulu, FYI. Again, I am raising cointadas, and I am not kidding when I say I was at 25% of my goal that's left, and I'm currently now at the 15% marker here. So if anybody has any sort of love they want to throw in my jar, please and thank you. You do not have to, but if you want to, please and thank you, because I'm like dead ass almost there. PayPal.me/MattyRants, Catch Up $Matt924, as well as $MattyRants, and Venmo MattyRants. Oh, thanks, Casey. Where are you from? It's almost 7 a.m. there. Where are you from across the globe, the world that we live in that is low-key dying because we don't know how to take care of our planet, but yes, especially the coral, especially our seas. Protect the oceans. But yeah, if you did want to find me in any of my social media spaces and places, it's all in the Linktree link. It's all there in my About section. I do reactions too, Casey, and anybody else that wants to see my reactions. It's for as low as $1 a month, whatever a US dollar. Oh, you're in Australia? Good day, mate. I got some people in Australia. Shout out to you in Australia. Thanks for tuning in. Oh my goodness. I've always wanted to visit, but that plane ride, Casey, 26 hours, I don't know, friend. Oh, but I've always wanted to visit. That's amazing. Shout out to you in Australia. And anybody else who's across the pond, as I like to say, for those of you who are not in the United States, God bless you all. I send you nothing but love, especially if you're in places where it is a lot going on over there, just like even over here, we all got things going on. So I wish you safety, protection, love, health, and wealth. That's what I do. So yes. But my reactions are on Patreon. Again, merch is available at dragqueenmerch.com. That link, all those links again, available in my About section. Just go ahead and tune in for that. If you are impatient and like to hurt people's feelings or try to, you're probably ugly. But, I already know he's ugly. His picture's not up there. But there will be timestamps in the comment section a little bit later. So once Emrika is available, and shout out to Emrika, one of my moderators, shout out to my other moderators too. Thank you for being in the chat today. DW especially, thank you, friend. I love you down. Emrika will be doing the timestamps. They go through the video. We love you, Emrika. Thank you so much. And then I will have it pinned in the comment section so you can get to whatever you need to, since you're unable to pay attention for too long. How did you graduate? I don't know. Either way, I had a great time. I love y'all. This was fun. And thank you for the tippy poos today. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you so much for tuning in and giving me your time today. This was a wonderful 2+ hours covering 2 episodes. Thank you, McQueen. I'm also hoping I get the second interview from the other job I applied for this morning. That's what I'm hoping for too. But yeah, make sure you tune in to Project Runway. Again, Fridays on Freeform, Fridays on Disney Plus and Hulu, and Thursday nights on Freeform if you've got cable. Again, we'll be covering each and every Friday. I will see you tomorrow. For Drag Race France All-Stars. I will be covering 2 episodes again. I will be covering the Snatch Game and the most recent episode that just happened that I will be watching tomorrow in the morning. And then, for those of you who are my Brazil babies that are like, Matt, you haven't done the Brazil review yet. Well, guess what? Sunday morning, I will be doing that review before the panel. So Sunday morning, I'm going to be doing a live review about Drag Race Brazil. And then I'll be taking like a 3-hour break. And then I'll get right back on the live for 4 to 6 to do the panel. So Sunday is going to be a busy day for me. But yeah, I'm excited. But God bless you all. Enjoy the playback chocolate. I'm sorry. I know I normally start at 2:30, but I need to do it early today. And yeah, thank you for tuning into my long-winded recap. I will see you for the next long-winded one as well. I love you all so much. Take care. And bye-bye. This is for you, Mario.
Listen.
Yeah.